Hi everyone, good afternoon. My name is Aweade, and this afternoon we are going to be looking at a question from jamb past questions physics, and the question is from projectile. So let's look at the question together. A ball is thrown vertically upward from the ground with an initial velocity of 50 meters per second. Initial velocity, we use U to represent initial velocity. That's 50 meters per second. What is the total time spent by the ball in air? Let's use capital T, letter T, to represent that one. When you talk about total time spent by the ball in the air, that's the time it takes the ball to go from the ground upward and come back to the point where it was thrown from or where it was projected from. Again, the time it takes the ball to leave the ground and reach its maximum height and come back to the point where it was projected from. And experimentally, and neglecting air resistance, the time it takes the object to go up is still the same time it takes the object to come down. So if we are using small letter t to represent time taken by the object to go up or to reach maximum height, then that means our big T, which is time of flight. Don't forget, this big T is time of flight or time spent in air. That is the time it takes to go up and to come down. Then small letter t, that one time taken to reach maximum height. Now, don't forget, we have acceleration due to gravity from the question. The acceleration due to gravity, G, is 10 meters per second square. Now, I told you that the time taken to reach maximum height is different from the time the ball spent in air. The time the ball spent in air is the time it takes to reach maximum height and come back to the ground. And don't forget, I told you that the time it takes to reach maximum height is the same thing as the time it takes to come back to the point where it was released from or thrown from. That means the big T, or the capital letter T, is equals to 2 times small letter t. Now, there are equations of motion under gravity. There are 3 equations of motion under gravity, which are called out from the 3 equations of motion. And the equation of motion under gravity that suits this question is this: V is equals to U plus or minus GT. Now, if it's going up, it will be minus. If it's coming down, it will be plus. So because this one, we are told from the question that is thrown vertically upward, that means instead of it to be plus, it will be minus because it's against gravity. If it's coming down, it's in the same direction with gravity. If it's going up, it's in opposite direction with gravity, so it will be minus. So in this case, it will be V is equals to U minus GT. Now, when an object is thrown upward, for example, this marker that I'm holding now, if you throw it upward, as it's going up, its velocity will be reducing until it becomes 0. That means at maximum height, final velocity is 0. Don't forget, I've told you that U, initial velocity, is 50 meters per second. We are given acceleration due to gravity, G, which is 10 meters per second square. Then I've told you that the time spent in air is 2 times time taken to reach maximum height. And we are using this equation to find the time taken to reach maximum height. And I've told you that maximum height, final velocity is 0. So if we put v to be 0 here, 0 is equals to our u is 50 minus our g is 10, that's 10t. If this minus 10t comes here, it becomes 0 plus 10t equals to 50. And 0 plus 10t is 10t equals to 50. Divide both sides by 10, then t will be 50 over 10. That's 5 seconds. Don't forget, that's not our answer yet, because we are finding time spent in air, not time taken to reach maximum height. If we now want to get the time spent in air now, which is 2t, that will now be 2 times 5, which will now give us 10 seconds. So the answer for that question is C, which is 10 seconds. I believe you understand. Let's go through it once again. A ball is thrown vertically upward from the ground with an initial velocity of 50 meters per second. I told you that that's u. We use u to represent initial velocity, which is 50 meters per second. What is the total time spent by the ball in the air? Total time spent by the ball in the air is the same thing as time of flight. And time of flight is 2 times the time taken to reach maximum height. Don't forget, I told you that the time it takes the object to reach maximum height from the ground is still the same time it will take the object to come back to the ground. So that means the time spent in air, which is the time it takes to go and come back, is 2 times the time it takes to go up, which is 2t. And I said the equation of motion under gravity that suits this is v is equals to u plus or minus gt. But because the object is going up, it's against gravity, so it will be minus. That's v is equals to u minus gt. And when an object is projected upward, as it is going up, its velocity will be reducing. On getting to maximum height, the final velocity is 0. That's when it will start falling. So that's why using this equation now, I put our v to be 0. Then u, which is 50, minus our g, which is 10. That would be 10t. You bring this here, it will become 0 plus 10t equals to 50. That means 10t equals to 50. Divide both sides by 10, t will be 50 over 10. That will give us 5 seconds. Don't forget that 5 seconds is not the answer, because that 5 seconds is the time taken to reach maximum height, and we are finding time spent by the ball in the air, not time taken by the ball to reach maximum height. So it will now be 2t, which is 2 times the time taken to reach maximum height, and that will give us 10 seconds. That's why the answer is C. Thank you. See you another time. Bye.